been a couple weeks since we really made some progress on the car, and as you can see, we've already kind of started getting back into it, and we're waiting on something else to come in. It should be here today, and so I figured I would take this opportunity to finish up a update on where we are. A couple days ago I went over to Marcus's and we got kind of the lowdown on how the RSX Jetta's doing, how the Z31's doing, and that's already out of date, so this might be a little all over the place, but I'll try and put what I got in everything. There's a little bit of update on that now. Dad.
What did you do? What did you forget this time?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Well, so I'm putting new fenders on because I decided to put stockish wheels on the car.
I don't think we've even shown this.
I don't think we've shown this
Since you put this one in, really.
I guess we can talk about that a little bit. So the VRX has been running good. Put a new clutch in it. Kind of this horrific noise, which I found out I didn't disconnect my power steering pump when I thought I did.
So you were just moving air.
It was moving metal is what it was doing after a set amount of time that I thought it was something else, and it turned out to be something that I just didn't do that I thought I did. But you know, I didn't do it. And now we're putting stock fenders that aren't munched on.
What happened back here?
White. Oh yeah, so I did a little bit of body work, and it's black because that's covered up the body work. And so I decided to do more body work, and then
Body work.
do some more body work, and then body work it again, and
More body work.
high build primer it, and then
And
wash
then
it, and then spray it.
you did the same over here, right?
Yeah, I did both ways.
Yeah.
So it's been running really good, actually. Had very minor issues. I had a slave cylinder go out because I cheaped out on the slave cylinder. So I happened to have another transmission sitting over there that I pulled the slave cylinder out of.
Nice. And this, so someone was asking in the comments about which transmission you use. This is a Mark III.
Yeah, it's a Mark III VR.
So, but if you wanted to do this in a Mark IV,
what do you mean? This swap
I forget what the comment was. I think they were asking what the trans combo was.
Oh, it's the trans and engine and trans are out of a Mark III Passat, which is same motor and trans, just completely different part.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just.
But it's direct bolt in.
Yeah, direct bolt in. It's you could get this transmission in the Mark IVs, the early 12 valves, 5 speeds had this transmission, but it had different axle cups. But it's the same, and then they went to the 6-speed 12 valve, and then they went to the 6-speed on the 24 valve as well. And then also they had the R32 and Mark IV. They had 3 different VRs and Mark IVs. But this is a Mark III Passat motor and trans, so it's dual chain. And
it's also the Tiffany edition.
Yeah, Tiffany edition.
Ooh, it's warm.
From a buddy's car.
Ooh, that's warm. That feels good. It's like 50 degrees out here. I'm freezing. I got 2 jackets on.
Like 50 degrees.
And this is warm. I'm going to put my ass on it because...
This is like 50 degrees. Here, actually, now that you just sat down, I need to close the hood so I can align these fenders. Serious.
God damn it. Well, you've done stuff, and I was going to ask you about stuff, but you're going to change stuff again because stuff is changing, and your car never stays the same, ever.
It changes like every week.
It kind of looks like you're making a Challenger front end. I'm not going to lie.
Essentially what it is.
Really?
I was almost gonna buy a Challenger bumper just to
just to fit it up,
make my life easier, but just make the whole thing make it up.
Got some arts and crafts going on for like the fifth time this. I don't even know this pandemic.
Is it still really the pandemic? Well, you see, I made a front bumper. It's in the backyard.
Yeah,
Alright.
the one that looked like an FC.
Yeah. And now I'm not putting that bumper on.
And this is new as of like 2 days ago. I just thought it was funny because someone asked for an update, and it's like, dude, you couldn't, even if I get it, like, I'll get this out, like, maybe by next weekend, and it's going to be out of, it's going to be out of date.
Depends on how much I hate my life making it.
Well, it's going to be out of metal this time, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, so it's been like, well, to put this in perspective, the whole car was started with paper like this, and it took me like 6 hours to make one rear flare out of paper, times 4, plus God knows how long fiberglassing everything, and then the ungone-full amount of hours that I put into Bondo, and I'm gonna cut it all off.
I feel like your ADD gets a hold of you before you could finish it, though.
You do something, and then you realize, yeah, I shouldn't have done it that way, so you restart. And then you go, yeah, I hate that now, so you restart. And it just kind of never ends. And I'm pretty sure that's too. Anyways.
I was going to say, this is like super precise CAD work you got going here.
Yeah, you know, I get the ghost line paper because I can follow a line, I guess. I don't know.
it's all got the grids and stuff, so you can, like, you know, measure, but it looks like a lot of like free balling to me.
Yeah, pretty much. You just kind of cut and tape, and if you hate it, you rip it all off and restart. You know, multiple hours later. Going in the right direction.
I don't think I've shown anybody your dash yet.
Yeah, I like the rest of the shitbox interior that's missing the door panel apparently. Hey, I got a third brake light today, so that was cool.
I don't even know. I don't have my flashlight on me.
You can open the door.
Well, I was just gonna stick it in here and kind of.
Some things do work on this car.
Yeah.
The driver doesn't.
No, the driver's definitely spare parts. Pitter patter, bud. Big ass tack and stuff.
As fast and furious as I can make it.
Dude, it is there. It has arrived. But custom. What happened to your what happened to the digital dash that was in there?
It is a digital dash. Well, you see, after I took the harness out like the 4th time and shaved it all out, it didn't really work. A lot of stuff didn't work after I did that, and I don't know what I need, but like
screw
turn
it.
signals wouldn't work. Half the fuse box didn't have power. So I cut all that shit out and decided I wanted aftermarket everything.
Huh. Your wing and your exhaust and your diffuser that you've destroyed how many times?
4. Wait, 3. I don't know.
Now it's just the plates on the end.
Oh yeah, speakers. Best design I could have thought of, man.
Well, at least the hatch isn't going to fly open.
For all the mad downforce this car makes, you know. 45.
Your big ass wheels. Steamrollers.
Yeah. They're really not that wide, they're just small wheels, so they look wide.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2/3 the height there, bud. 15 by 10s. They're pretty excessive.
I don't know what else is taking apart back here.
Is that new? Is that the new sub?
That's fairly recent.
I was gonna say, because I don't remember it, like...
New management.
When did you do that?
After it aired out going 90.
Holy what the
Yeah. I said no more solenoids and just bought a manifold. And
Jesus, dude.
I gotta remake like speaker areas because the shocks stick up too high. It's got fancy shocks now.
Oh, you also put the... I forgot about... I'll have to put that in there, but he's also riding on his custom... what were they off of? Rubicon?
2020 Gladiator Rubicon. 2020 Rubicon Gladiator.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah, Fox shots. Custom. I'm not putting any of this in there because I don't know if this is going to come back to bite anyone in the ass. So none of that's going in. And I'm not aiding and abetting in this freaking scam. We're not even... Okay, we're just going to keep on. We're going to talk about something.
We're going to talk about something else.
Yeah.
So check this out. I don't think anything is different.
Oh, this is the update on the GTI. Marcus did the no.
So yeah, anyways, check out the new exhaust. That's
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we've had. No, we haven't had this.
No, you haven't. That's new.
I watched you make it, but
Yeah, that's new. Yeah, look at this side's beaded on. Jesus, Patrick. 3 out of 4 tires is good enough. 3/4 of the tires are beaded on. And I don't know where my keys are at, or else I'd open the hatch. But I think I.
oh yeah. We haven't shown anybody that. Oh,
It's pretty close.
It's not even close at all. This though.
So that's kind of new.
Good lord.
My subs are bigger than my wheels.
Was there a sale on these or something that I missed?
We got a good deal for 3 of them, and I bought a Scar, and it was like $500. And so he finished, here's the funny thing, is he finished his box the first night. Mine took me like 3 weeks because I was...
You kept sanding and having shrinkage and...
Yeah, and deciding to do different things and really not wanting to do anything and stuff. And
It's not even upholstery, it's just...
No, I upholstered mine, that's why.
Oh.
It was upholstered.
And I told him that, I told you that too. I was like, why didn't you just use the carpet or whatever?
I did. Oh, I used some, actually it's right here
You got
somewhere.
some shit that matches his headliner.
Yeah, I got this shit. And, my headliner and shit's suede, but this looks
Matches
somewhat...
the faded suede.
Yeah, it looks like faded suede. So, yeah.
Distressed.
And, it came out, and I was like, I didn't like it, so I decided that I was going to paint it and be ridiculous with it, and
That took 3 weeks.
well, I mean, yeah,
Reactions and...
I had a lot of issues with the paint and getting it flat, and
But it's done now.
no.
The one thing that we can't show is, what'd you do?
Oh, well, I mean, we could show it, you just have to stick a camera down there.
Basically, there's a hole in the floor.
Yeah, I guess
There's-
we didn't save
I
the video.
conveniently had a rust hole, so...
Yeah, so... Yeah,
He went in an existing hole, I blasted a hole in the bottom of my car and said...
This is your guys' car in a nutshell. You said, I want to do something crazy, so you cut a hole in your perfectly good shell. Mikey had a hole in his shell, and
don't
then...
even say perfectly good shell.
Let me put it this way. There was no reason to cut a hole in it other than to put a sub in and do crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so perfectly good shell versus Mikey over here who said, oh, look, I have a rust hole. That'd be perfect to add a subwoofer.
People are gonna look at that and be like, why is it backwards?
Yeah, your subs are backwards.
It's
So you might want to explain that situation.
yeah, we'll explain.
I really don't know the science. All I know is that polarity can change the way waves work.
We'll do the science of this. So, think of the way I have them mounted. Okay, so you got a manifold. The manifold is mounted to the car. It goes through the car, so the air goes out of the car. So technically, it turns the whole car into a box, and you're separating your outside air from the inside air.
The chingus and the chongus of the chongo.
Yeah, what about the plumbus?
The plumbus is underneath there. You can't really see it, but it's there.
This is the reason why I don't get anything done. It's because I'm over here. Never, actually.
Yeah, you
But-
never come here out with us anymore.
Dude,
Not cool enough.
it's hard because I'm working, man.
Yeah.
You work too, buddy.
I get off at 3:30,
We
and I gotta be at bed at
6.
I gotta be at bed at like 9.
We'll be okay.
So let's do so we got the GTI update, nothing really new besides the sub. We got the Mikey update. Well, I mean, that's kind of like a big thing, and
Yeah.
I need to
Every
repaint
time
it.
you take a video, my car looks different. So
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
call every video an update.
Yeah, every time your car's in, I'm just gonna do Z31 update because people on Instagram are like, "Where's the Z? Where's the Z? What's new with the Z? Everything's new with the
I
Z."
get why people like it.
Because it's rad.
He had it completely torn apart not too long ago and put it back together.
Yeah, a couple times that's happened.
You're getting ready to do
I
another.
ripped apart a lot since the last time we made a video.
You're getting ready to do an engine again, aren't you?
Is Mitch. What?
You're getting ready to do the engine again, right?
Yeah, I gotta rebuild the other one.
Whenever that is. Where's Blocky? Where's he? Where's the block? Where's the block?
Right here.
Underneath the boner.
Oh, he's hiding.
And then, I don't put the hands in that one, valve springs. Forward it. Blow it up again.
Nice. But other than that, I think the only other thing that really hasn't been talked about is your freaking blow-off valve. That's like a firecracker.
Yeah, it sounds like a bottle rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do another ride-in video with him.
Yeah, we need to.
It's fucking killer.
Yeah, I like it.
It looks like something completely different. It doesn't even look like a Volkswagen anymore. With the shade bumper and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's.
It looks more like a Mustang looking at the, because the Mustangs, they have the weird, like, little...
Yeah, I'm
they're
taking
like,
the grill off now that you said that. I like it.
Yeah, it reminds me of a Fox body a little. It's wild.
You know what we didn't talk about?
The pit bikes.
The last, okay, the pit bikes are long and gone. They're one,
Yeah.
2 of them are drift trikes now.
I sold mine. I sold mine to Cade like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. The frames are still in the backyard. There's still one complete back there, but so
Barely.
Oh, the GTI. So the last update video was, or the last time. I think the GTI hasn't had a new video since it caught on fire.
Yeah, the harness.
Did we get a video of that? I don't
No,
think we did. I
no.
think that was just like a rescue mission that never got filmed.
Yeah.
So here I am. We're leaving a meet, and I thought my girlfriend vaped in the passenger seat, so I asked her, and she's like, no, and I look up and the whole fucking dash and smoking out of the hood, and I'm like, oh no. So she jumps out of the car, I jump out of the car, run around to the passenger side, and I'm ripping the battery terminals because it's behind the passenger seat. And I'm yanking on the battery terminals, and I finally get it to rip off, and the whole car is just smoking. I mean, it lit up the ECU harness. Or when I did the tuck, I had the Fabulous Profounds on here, and I put the Corvette wheels, I never checked to see if it rubbed wiring where I had the wiring ran, and it rubbed through 2 of the mass airflow sensor wires, which is a ground and a power, and shorted out and just melted the whole harness. So.
But you're still chasing, like, yeah.
I'm still chasing. I actually got a new fuse box because it did melt the fuse box. Which, I mean, we kind of jimmy rigged something up to work, so I do have a new fuse box in the plug that it melted, and I'm having some sort of parasitic draw, which I think it's related to the fuse box, because I have the mass airflow sensor jumped to a different wire, and I have another ECU, and I want to do a different tune anyways. So when I get the new tune, I'll put, which I already fixed all the wires. Like, the wiring's not an issue now. I think
it's just
it's either the fuse box
back.
or the ECU or a combination of both. I'm unsure of yet, but
yeah.
I did replace the MAF. I rewired everything that melted.
Yeah, we just pushed that thing back in the parking lot. Went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
It melted air ride. It melted some airlines too. So yeah, that happened. It aired the front out because it melted the airlines, because it was also run with the wire, or the ECU wire harness to the front bags. I was holding the air up, we pushed it in no spot, and went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
We left it there.
Came back
Till 5
at
a.m.
like 1 in the morning and 2 in the morning, whatever time we went back, and the place was closed. So we walked some tools over to the car that was in the park, and by the time I got it done, within 15 minutes, the guy was unlocking the gate to open the park up again. So
I think I still have some video of us driving back, because I think Mikey was driving the Jetta.
Yeah.
You were driving the whatever, and I was driving the truck.
Yeah, and then me and Mikey race, and he beats me in my own car because this one was hurt. It's like, what the I have a semi-built motor and some other fancy
cams and stuff.
And my stock Jetta that I'm not driving beats me.
LOL driver mod.
It's like yeah, just kick me a couple times.
Yeah.
It's not what it was. Like, it definitely, we were thinking about it, and when I first did all that to the motor and shaved it and stuff, I was still on the same wheels, the same tires, everything, and it just doesn't pull nearly as hard as what it did. So I think after I replaced the fuse box, and I also got a resistor card because the blower motor only has high speed. After I replaced the fuse box and the ECU and a new tune, I think if that doesn't fix it, then it's
time to sell it, I guess.
time to just
Push it off a cliff.
Start over. It's whatever.
Ooh.
No.
Anyways, meanwhile, I'm over at my house doing absolutely nothing. Playing video games. My car runs fine. I did swap my headliner, but I don't think I'm going to make that a video because I don't think anybody wants to watch that.
Did you film it?
Yeah, I did. But when I was just putting it all together, I was like, I really don't think anybody wants to watch me rip out my interior and put it back in.
It sounds like you filmed it with the intention of making a video out of it.
I did. But then after I thought about it, I was like,
just do it.
I don't know. I feel like it's lost cause. Maybe I'll go home and edit it. So that was about a week ago. And as far as the RSX goes, we've got some more parts. And to start with things off, we're going to show off these steering parts, which are going to come in play later. These are a set of DC5 Creation steering riser and billet steering bushings. Apparently this in the car from factory is made of plastic, and it causes a lot of slop in the steering. So this will help remove that. And this will allow us to take out some of the misalignment in our steering system that we introduced when we lowered the car. So these pieces are going to help our steering be a lot better in terms of like reducing bump steer. So when we get to the point where we take the engine out of the car, these will be going onto the steering rack. This is important. This is our dash 10 oil drain fitting. This is the kind of like the crush type. So basically you drill a hole in your pan, which right here is where everybody says to do it, because of the way the engine sits in the car, and then your turbo drains in here and then into the pan. So that's what we will be doing with this shortly, because we need to get the pan on the motor. This is, as it says on the box, our gauge pod. We're going to be getting to the point where we're going to be buying our electronics and getting them ready for the installation. And this is part of it. So I bought this to basically replace, it's this one, the pillar. And then, you know, it has your gauge pods. You know, I think the last video we did the interior on the car. And so this one is a standard pillar. This has 3 gauge pods. I kind of want to open it up. Wow. Must say I'm sort of disappointed with this, because I thought it was going to be like a piece like this, and then, you know, you just replace your whatever, but it's literally just a piece of fiberglass that is shaped like the car. And that kind of goes over, but it doesn't even fit that well. I guess this is what you get for 40 bucks or 20 bucks or whatever it was. See, it's too short as well, but it'll be good enough, I guess. What we'll probably end up doing is pulling the one that's in the car out, because it's already painted, and I want to keep the OEM set over here. So keep the originals over there just in case. Don't know what I'll ever do with it, but we'll pull the pillar out. We'll paint this one black first and get it ready to accept the housings, and then we'll probably drill and rivet it to the pillar. So we'll just put some little rivets in it. So we'll keep this over here with this. In the meantime, just leave it right there. Take this thing and yeet. The other thing we got, as you saw, was the filter adapter. This was a Blocks Racing sandwich plate, which, I mean, that's what we got. So, as you can see, we got that. There's a port that's open here. These ones are sealed, and that's it. So, turbo feed, pressure sensor, which are, the pressure sensor is going to be something that comes with the AEM kit when I buy that gauge. So in terms of gauges, what we're going to be running, since we got the glow shift pod, we have 3 pods. We're going to be running boost, oil pressure, and oil or AFR. So those are kind of the biggest things to me that tell me about the health of the engine. If we don't have oil pressure, shut it down. That's a given. AFR is, you know, the fuel balance or whatever, and then you have boost. Obviously, you got to know if you're putting too much air into the motor. So yeah, with those we should be able to keep this thing whole. We got those, but the biggest thing is the part that we're expecting is still coming in. I've been waiting for this since November, but I don't think we're gonna get to it in this video. I do want to fit the fender on the car, get the old one off. I do need to clean up. We need to clean up stuff like this filter screen. We got to paint this. I lost the gasket for this guy. I literally bought it and then lost it. This guy right here. So I gotta go find him. There's just all kinds of stuff. So what's this? Oh, I think I just found that. Hold up. Haha! I found it. So, alright, so since we found that, we're gonna go ahead and start gacking the, we're gonna put the plate back on, which means I need to take the valve cover off, put the plate on, and then go from there. So we're gonna go ahead and continue putting parts on the car, and try and we're gonna try to put the water pump on. We're gonna try to put the timing cover on, and try and button up some of these pieces, and maybe paint the that glow shift piece and that timing cover, the timing timing tensioner cover. So we're just gonna start putting stuff together, just to round it out. Well, the engine's much more together than I thought it'd be today. We got the water pump on, we got the timing cover on, we've got the oil filter sandwich plate. Next we're going to be worrying about like hoses and stuff and sensors. We're going to start plugging holes. We got to do this VTC spool valve assembly. We still got to do spool valve assembly, sensors, hoses, this plug or this hose piece. We got to get a damper for the crank. We got to tap our oil pan and put that in and finish off everything on that. Put something there. All this, all the cooling lines and stuff to come up. We still got some work to do. but she's coming along. If you're new here and you don't know what's going on, this is going in that, the RSX. So that's gonna do it for this one. If you want to see more of the K20 and what happens when it gets in the car, be sure to subscribe, stick around. I'm currently it's out for delivery today, going to be sent over to my PO box. There's something big coming up, and it's going to be the next video. So be sure you hit subscribe, hit the bell to be notified, and get ready, because the next one is going to be, I'd say for me, it's pretty big. So I've been waiting 3 months for it. Cross my fingers. All right, we'll see you guys later.